Welcome back, Push Call Gaming. How are y'all doing?
How y'all doing? Today's episode is brought to you by the Alabama Spanking Hose.
Pusher's chicken. Fried up or eat a tater tot.
You think it's chicken, but it just tastes good.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
It's really a clam, a fried clam.
I don't know why I came in here.
I don't know. Well, you killed that thing. Got some stuff. Ken said he had a question.
There's
I'm
literally nothing
ready
in
to
here.
hear it.
You're excited for it, huh?
I'm so excited.
Except for
Super
Technopath.
duper
Technodrome! Let's kick
Are you in the
shell!
Technodrome right now?
No.
Of Techno?
I actually think, Dust, you're going to like this question because
Do you?
it's kind of geared at your interests.
What are my interests?
You'll see when
I'm
I answer
interested
this
in
question.
what my
Clam
interests
diggers.
are.
Stop jumping the gun!
I'm gunning jump gum number two.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Chad, you ready?
Apparently this question is geared towards me.
Apparently
Kind
I
of.
completed
It's
Kind
geared
of.
towards your
a thing.
interests, okay?
I don't know what that even means.
Okay,
So it's a Warframe question.
no.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, it's nothing to do with Warframe at all.
All right.
But let's say from the time that you're able to chew and eat and swallow solid
Why did I get
food,
floating?
how long do you think you would live
Get down.
and survive if all you ate was McDonald's food menu stuff?
I mean, you could eat salads.
You know, they say, actually, I saw a thing that McDonald's salads are actually way worse for you than you think.
Yeah, they are. They're terrible, dude.
Well, if you
They're
don't get
not
any
good.
dressing, I mean...
It's not good.
No.
Let's assume that this question means burger and fries, essentially no salads.
No,
because...
let's say it means anything on their menu. Let's say,
Well,
like,
I think you
okay,
could survive
here's
a
the
long
thing.
time on their salads then.
Here's the
I
thing.
mean, if you really want to be realistic.
No. Here's the thing. Think of it from like a
And
common
coffee.
person's standpoint. What are you going to prefer to eat? Sure, you might get health conscious once in a while and think, oh, I should just eat salad. And then you eat salad for like 2 or 3 days and you're like,
Well, here's the
freaking
thing.
burger
So
and
are you
fries.
saying that people aren't taking medicine to support their diabetes and high blood pressure and all that stuff and cholesterol? Or are we saying people who are not exercising?
Well, how far do
not-
you want to go with these stipulations?
If I want to say this question should be if someone's not taking any medicine for any medical problems like that are related
Well-
to their diet.
That's hard to say because, I mean, if you look at modern medicine, I would have died 2 years ago when I had appendicitis and my appendix burst.
We're talking strictly about
I would have been
food.
dead if there wasn't modern medicine.
I'm talking about health conditions caused from eating bad food, which is going to be high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, stuff like that.
Heart disease.
Right, which is basically caused from high
Okay, no
cholesterol.
medicines to fix that stuff.
Then it also depends on
And
age,
let's say
too.
something else doesn't get you, like
Right.
appendicitis.
We're just assuming that you're eating this bad food and you have nothing else that's helping you at all.
Okay, let's say as opposed to a diet
That's how I'm hearing
of
this
someone
question.
eating, you know, like rice and vegetables and wheat and
Mhm.
stuff like that, like in an Asian country.
Right.
I know that's very stereotypical and un-PC, but you
Oh,
know what
come
I mean?
on.
Well,
like in Europe,
you
they do
damn
eat better
engine.
than we do because they're more into
Mhm.
eating, you know, fresh vegetables and stuff.
I think that an average it depends on the age too. You got to talk about age too.
No, I'm saying from the beginning, from when you can eat and consume solid
man.
foods.
Shit, dude. I honestly don't think someone would live beyond
Past 30?
Right. I seriously am not even kidding. I'm not over exaggerating. I truly don't think someone will make it past that. Maybe not even that far.
25? I think
it's
you
hard to
gotta
say.
I think you gotta be fair.
I am being fair,
Because
dude.
the body
people don't realize.
adjusts
People don't. You can't adjust
to a degree.
Dude, there's a fine degree that you're talking about. I
Look
really
at the
don't.
guy we know who says he drinks a 12-pack of Mountain Dew every day.
I don't believe him, and if I do, it's that his body is so used to it that it produces tons and tons of insulin to support the amount of sugar he's taking. in.
Exactly.
And
His
if he were to
body.
stop, but
Oh my god, and there's a nightmare?
Yep.
sugar is different from cholesterol and stuff, though, too. You know, it's not that your body can adjust to the amount of cholesterol you're putting into
Doesn't pop have a lot of sodium in it though?
it. I
Or
don't know for
acid?
sure.
What about the
Yeah.
acid
Oh, yeah.
effects on
You
his
would have
stomach,
no-
man?
Yeah, that and your teeth and all that, dude. There's no way your body just is like, oh, I'm gonna line my stomach more. I'm gonna do this more. There's no way you can get all those things. The sugar thing I can see because your body produces insulin. If he's so used to taking that quantity of sugar, then
I gotta
maybe
pee.
his body
I'm gonna go
has
pee.
gotten to where
You
it
guys talk.
just.
I'll walk.
Don't walk forward.
Oh, where am
Why?
I
If
supposed
he dies,
to do?
what's gonna happen?
I mean, that's fine.
Chad, go pee quick.
Just
make
run
it
stuff.
quick.
Yeah, just
I'm
run.
gonna look at.
Nightmare that
I'm
gotta
gonna like
kill.
look at this body here and.
So I guess my answer to this question truly is
I'm gonna
that
throw
I
it.
truly think that McDonald's food is so bad, and that if you were to eat it from infancy, you would make it maybe to 30, maybe. No joke, not kidding. And that's basically saying you don't eat the salad, like you eat the salad like
The Saddam.
10% of the
I
time,
like the
as
Saddam.
opposed to eating like hamburgers and French fries and all that crap, and drinking pop.
There you go, everybody.
No medicine to help your blood pressure or cholesterol or diabetes, none of that.
Dustin's really into health and studying that stuff and whatnot. I'm not saying he's a professional by any means, but
Right.
there's his opinion. That's what McDonald's
Right.
does to your body.
Well, dude, if you ever seen Super Size Me,
Holy shit,
he's just
I
talking
am
about
full.
1 year, and this
Okay.
guy, his wife is like a vegan cook. He goes 1 year of eating that, and he points out all of the stuff it does to his body.
I never seen that movie, but I also heard that he was going to make a second movie, but he got in a bunch of trouble for something. And it probably has nothing to do with the concept of his show. Yeah, I
Also,
think it was
there's
like
an-
sexual, like the sexual Me
Something.
Too,
Guys,
the
we've never
Me
done
Too
hacking
movement.
3. This
Well,
is
you know how
hacking
all the-
3.
Oh, Chad's in a tight spot here. Be careful, dude.
Looks like you gotta do 3.
You're
of
not
them.
going to make
See?
it through this.
Well, look at. Have you ever heard of Eat, Pray, whatever that documentary show,
Nope.
movie?
I don't watch that stuff just because it's not at the top of my interest list
Right.
like it is
Well,
yours.
there's a guy who
I
has.
mean, not saying I'm not interested.
Mhm.
It's just not
God damn it, get
my
in
priority
there. God,
to
fuck
look
me.
into that stuff.
Well, there's another guy. He's kind of like me, I think. Okay, so he lives a large portion of his life just eating junk food, not realizing how bad it is. Okay, then he gets this horrible autoimmune problem. Then he starts researching
Aren't
food.
all autoimmune disorders genetic?
Dude, you gotta think about it like this. The word genetics and all that
But
is
genetics
so
are triggered by your
loosely-
lifestyle.
So loosely used, dude. Like, people use that to blame all their problems when it's really, literally, like 90% of your health problems are based on the food you eat.
I know.
Literally.
Oh, I know.
It's all like poison
Depression,
and crap.
anxiety, a lot of that
Yeah,
stuff
and
is all just
they
based on
point
what you
all
eat.
that out in Super Size Me, dude. Like, eating that food. Like, okay, so eating bad food, essentially, like, I'm just going to say quote-unquote bad
Heck 'em.
food, like high grease, fat, salt, all that crap, it causes inflammation in your body, whereas, like, eating vegetables and
Well,
stuff is anti-inflammatory.
And as we've learned over the last 20 years about epigenetics, really like epigenetics are a huge impact on how the environment and the things that go into your body really impact
Well, here's the
what
thing.
your body does with that stuff.
Here's a very reasonably logical statement I want to ask anybody out there. Okay, so you say, "Oh, I have this medical condition is genetic." Okay, that's why I have it, because it's genetic. Okay, well, what about the very first person in your family that came across that illness? What do they say? They can't say it's genetic or they got it from anybody before them. How did it pop up suddenly in them? You know what I mean? Like, an illness has to start somewhere. You can't just say, "Oh, this is genetic. It's run in my family forever." That doesn't mean the first person in your family
well,
ever
see,
had
you're
it. and then-
you're really breaking it down into an area that's really, Chad.
Well, if you do research, do this research.
No,
Wait, he
do you
doesn't
know
see me.
what epigenetics are? They're like
No.
the layer beneath genetics.
Okay.
Like, you have genetics where there's like, you have these genes that flip on, flip off, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Epigenetics goes even deeper than that into the human genomes.
Mhm.
And they say that these genes or whatever flip on and off based on what they come in contact with in their environment and what proteins
I believe that.
affect those genes. And it goes so deep in as to where these proteins go, okay, I'm experiencing this environment, I go this way, or I'm experiencing this environment, I go that way.
Here's what I truly believe.
And then those
That makes sense.
combinations of things go into what your
Right.
genes do.
Right. I believe that
guys are getting
there are
way
genetics.
cray.
Okay, you are predisposed to certain medical problems and stuff like that based on, your gene pool. Okay, very true. I believe that. But I also believe this. If you, like, eat all kinds of bad food, like basically
Hey.
poison your body and put things in your body,
Chad died.
yeah, I know. You are also, like, distorting and changing your genetics. And when you have a kid, if you pass on what you've done to yourself to them. And that there's been a bad chain of that happening since we started eating the way we have in this country.
The question is,
Which is why you have so many more problems in people. I believe totally that's totally real.
the question is, when does your body fight against the bad things? Because we know that life has a tendency to try to fight against what's not good
It's
for
probably
it, and
always
to
fighting it, but it can only fight
progress.
so much and so long. We
What
use
is-
meds
what is-
to try to counteract all these
what is
issues.
the saying? Life will
Find a way.
find a way. Exactly. So when bad things happen, like let's say you come in contact with a poison, our bodies find a way to fight that poison.
But it
And
doesn't become
they might
completely
not,
immune
They
to
might
it.
not always succeed, but when they do succeed, that success makes life go, oh, this is what works. Use that,
Oh.
and then it builds on
It's
that.
just
But
a
that's
big
the thing,
oh,
though.
right
Your
in
body
your
needs
face.
certain nutrients and all that crap to survive. And when you eat this and that, you're basically super overdosing your body on all these things that you need, like salt and fat and all that. You need that stuff. But you're overdosing your body constantly on it, not to mention like grease and all that stuff. Plus, those are causing inflammation. Like, all these people who have pain constantly. Oh, I have this pain, that pain, that pain. And these are the types of people also who don't eat healthy, whatever. A lot of that pain is caused from their diet. But they don't want to blame it on that. They want to say, "Oh, I just have this pain. I don't know where it came
I
from.
guess
It's
what
just
I'm
bad
getting
luck,
at is
blah,
like
blah, blah, blah."
my
You're saying that we could possibly
You know
become
that
immune to the
mothballs are
eating
really
My
those bad
side-
foods
You
or
should not eat
stuff
them.
like that.
Yeah, Chad, we know. My side of it is I think evolution will fix those things over time.
I don't
but
think so.
no, evolution takes like
Evolution?
evolution
Revelation? Is that like evolution or
evolution
Revelations?
takes hundreds of thousands to millions of years.
But here's the thing: up until that point, human beings are going to be taking pills to survive from that. So how is that going to change evolution too?
It's like the,
that's
it's like
see,
the
that's
movie
a,
Wall-E.
that's a weird variable that hasn't really been a thing but for the last couple hundred years, and that is totally who knows
Medicine.
what's going to happen.
What about the movie
It's-
Wall-E?
it's
Not to mention, every
basically-
time you take a medicine, you're also doing
Basically,
something else to your body.
What I'm saying is your scale's more accurate because yours is more predictable and able to use because that's where we're at with like, oh, if you take too much of this, it's bad. If you take too much of that, it's bad. My idea is like maybe over like the course of thousands
I
to
get that.
maybe millions of years, our bodies would adjust to where that's not a problem. Like, you consume way too much sugar right now. You become diabetic.
Right.
Well, what's to say if over time, if humans keep consuming a lot of sugar,
Then they'll need to rely on that amount of
Eventually-
sugar, though. Right? Because you're conditioning your body to
or
need that.
maybe your body will adjust to where it knows how to. Maybe it produces more insulin.
That's what I mean, though. You
I guess
have
that's
to
what you mean, yeah.
consistently consume that much.
Basically, your body will, through evolution, human bodies would adjust to what you consume.
I don't think that'll happen though, because
Well,
then you'd have to consume that much
once
to
again,
be normal.
You're on a smaller scale when I'm talking about like evolution over like hundreds of thousands to millions of years,
That's it. That's if people continue to do the same thing that
or
they're
possibly
doing now.
survive long enough by not
Right.
creating a zombie apocalypse
My
or
other thing
having
is this-
aliens wipe them out.
I had this conversation with somebody at work
Refer to
earlier,
the last episode we did.
and I think I
Or was it
offended
two?
the other person that was in the room when I was talking about this.
Really? Get the
Because
French toast.
this
out.
other guy I work with, he pretty much is pretty healthy eater too, and we're like talking about eating healthy and all these.
Get
other
that
people.
nightmare, Chad. You got like
But
2 minutes.
I told him this story about this guy. Okay, so this is a marathon runner. Okay, this guy is like 46 years old, and he marathon runner.
Is this a
He
guy who
ate
died of a heart attack?
Yes, he ate a chocolate bar every single day. And he thought, oh, well, I run so much, I'm burning off all this. And here's the thing, like, when you, like, here's how a lot of people view food, and
Genetics.
this is why it bugs, no. Here's how a lot of people view food, and this is what, like, bothers me. They assume, okay, they think, oh, if I eat this vegetable,
I know what you're
or
gonna
if I
say.
eat this, donut, they're the same, basically,
By calories.
By
People
calories.
just go by calories and that's
right.
it.
They're not looking at the genetic makeup of this or what they're putting in their body. They're literally looking
I
at
know.
it as numbers.
They're looking at
You
the
know,
calories.
oh, this has so much protein.
looking
This has
at-
so much. This
They're
is
looking
so
at
much
this
that.
chocolate bar has 200 calories, but this carrot has 10 calories.
Yeah.
If I eat the carrot and the chocolate bar, if I run 2 miles, I'll burn off the chocolate
Yeah.
bar. No big
Or
deal.
if I eat like 50 carrots, it'll equal the donut. So that's the same thing. There's no difference in anything else. And that's a really messed up point of view. that really just bothers me. You're basically saying that there's no difference between healthy food and bad food, just basically like salt levels
Depending
and
on
fat
how much
levels
you
and sugar levels.
consume of it.
Right,
That's the
exactly.
difference.
Which is totally not true in any way, shape, or form at all.
No,
and
I
that's why
understand
this
that.
guy had the heart attack didn't understand. So he's eating a chocolate bar every single night, but he runs. He exercises so much that he's burning all this stuff. He just figured, well, I'm just consuming these calories and I'm burning them off. I'm just consuming this fat and I'm burning it off. When in reality, he's just damaging his body by eating essentially what I would call poison. Okay, but he didn't view it in that way. But then it only took after, of course, knee-jerk reaction. So he has a heart attack. Then he starts researching it. Why did I have this heart attack? Oh shit! I'm eating something that literally I shouldn't. You know, it's not good for me.
Poop.
Right.
Oh, you
I
gotta
know.
be kidding
I
me.
used my one time.
Okay, good for you.
But you get what I'm saying? All right. Well,
Chad,
we're at the end of the episode.
Am I in a good spot? You tell me.
You tell me.
I hope you people enjoy.
When
me
you get a good
ranting,
spot, Chad, we gotta end the episode.
essentially.
This is how a
God damn it!
That's a good spot, right?
Right there, he died.
This is how a conversation between Dustin and I goes a lot of times when we have serious conversations. I think it's very civil, and this is a good example of how most people should have conversations. In
Yeah,
my
just
opinion.
have a stupid conversation in the
always-
middle of me fighting a
It's
gosh
always
darn
good to
nightmare.
have someone playing a video
Please,
game and getting
please
irritated
don't
and
tell me
frustrated
that it didn't say
by
it.
your side as well.
All right. Guys,
Oh my
thanks
God!
for
I'm
watching.
fucking done.
Looks
All
like
right,
we're gonna
Chad
stop here.
uses 1F.
Chad's pretty much
Thanks
happy
again
about
for
that.
watching.
But not.
We're done for the night here.
All
We
right,
will
hope
catch you
you-
guys on the next episode.
Hopefully somebody enjoyed listening to
God, I
that.
wrecked that
But,
nightmare, and now I gotta do it again.
Hopefully it was semi-educational
Stupid.
Well,
in layman's terms.
I'm sure a lot of people will just think that that's blind opinion and not agree with it. So
We don't use statistics and stuff, but
No.
we have points.
right, that's true.
Thanks again for watching.